I'm now level 40 in Hogwarts Legacy, and to get there is completely different compared to other open world RPGs. At around level 35 you will namely lose very prominent XP sources, so cannot level up from combat anymore, or doing certain activities that did reward experience before are now gone. So it's important to know how to still improve your character, as loot of course drops on your current level, so the higher you are the better the gear will be. Enemies are limited to their region level, so if you are a high level there will be a bigger gap between you and those combat targets, and there's also a trophy or achievement for reaching level 40. So I got a lot of tricks on how to level up fast, and I also want to tell you how this system works. The most important thing to know is that gaining XP is always linked to the challenges from your field guide. Maybe you already figured this out, but what this basically means is that you only get experience by working towards one of these objectives, and this also means that if you, let's say, killed enough spiders for all the cosmetic rewards, then the next time you kill a spider, you get 0 XP. So that source of experience is gone. The same is the case for the field guide pages in Hogwarts, Hogsmeade and the open world. There are luckily more than you need for these challenges, but this also means that finding them after you got all the field guide rewards doesn't help you with leveling up anymore. Still, the field guide pages are one of the easiest things you can do to quickly level up. They give 80 XP per find, there's no combat of course involved, and they are mostly very close to each other. While exploring Hogwarts, of course use Revelio near points of interest to easily find these pages, getting flying papers with Accio, or interacting with other objects like Levioso for these statues. Use Incendio here, and Confringo can also get you all the necessary pages. But they are even easier to find elsewhere in the Highlands. All the pages have an icon on the map, so you can just go there, and in Hogsmeade you only need Accio or to use Revelio near landmarks to get the necessary amount. Now I did have some trouble finding the final Hogsmeade pages, so I will leave a link to a guide in the video description. That should also help you out to complete that part of the field guide. And there are more quick tips to get XP. One involves around upgrading gear, something that you can do 30 times to get experience. You of course do this at the loom in your room of requirement, which unlocks after Beast Claws. And the trick here is to upgrade lower rarity gear items, so blue or purple gear, as they require less and easier to get materials. So what I did is upgrade these items once, get the 25 XP, and then upgrade another piece. So make it a habit to do this every time before you sell these otherwise useless items, and then you will get the gear upgrade XP challenge very easily. And by the way, if you like the video so far, then leaving a like would really help me out, and subscribe if you haven't already for way more Hogwarts Legacy videos like this. Another really fast way to level up is going to the arena. There are 3 in the world, 2 accessible for everyone. One is over here on the map in the North Fort Bog region, and the other one over here on the map in Feldcroft. These are great because you will encounter a wide variety of enemies, and you all need to kill them for the challenges. You also get a lot of dueling feats, and completing those will also give you a ton of XP as long as the challenge in the field guide is not completed. So this combination makes it a very solid way to level up fast, but especially the Dark Arts Battle Arena is great for this, mostly early on, because then you immediately have access to the unforgivable curses that you might not have yet. So this will help you to more easily take care of the tougher enemies that the arena will throw at you. Now you will need the deluxe edition to get access to this arena, and to be fair, while it's a really nice way to gain some levels early on in the game, I would argue that by just doing the main story, which also of course needed to get to the max level, and also all the side quests, you will find enough enemies and are able to complete many of these dueling feats without stepping a foot in this activity. Because that's another important thing to know, you really have to do everything from the field guide to get to level 40. I only needed one more infamous foe to get the field guide to 100%, and after killing that target, I also reached the max level. So they really did the math here, there's no wiggle room at all. So I made the mistake to complete the combat challenges first and then do all the side missions, but it's way smarter to do it the other way around, as they can get XP from fighting these enemies you are forced to fight for these missions anyways. So side missions are of course easy to spot in Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, and also in the villages in the open world. But there are 2 side quests that are a bit more tricky to find. The first one is over here on the map, so not near a village. This one is called Well, and here you have to solve a treasure hunt for a talking well, and this as you go over here on the map, and use Levioso to get the treasure. Now, second Selwyn might also be challenging to find. You can get it over here on the map, and for this side mission you have to kill an infamous foe, and there are actually some infamous foes linked to side missions. So just doing all the side missions will get you all these targets as well. And of course, the other infamous targets that you also need to kill to get to the max level are noted with a skull icon on the map. Another thing that gives you a lot of XP pretty quickly are the Merlin trials. Of course, make sure that you got the Mallow Sweet leaves you can easily make in your room of requirement after buying the seed at the magic Neep vendor. I did this early on and then never ran out of those leaves, so they can just focus on the puzzles, which are really easy to complete once you know all the variants. These of course require your basic shot. Here you'll have to jump on the platforms in quick succession. Sometimes you need to repair things with Reparo, use Lumos to bring these butterflies to these objects. Flipendo is needed to flip these around and use different angles to line up the correct icons. I use the Pulso to push the boulders, or you can also use Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo is needed to destroy the blocks like this, and you of course also need that spell to light these bracers in a particular order. So now you can just go to these leaf icons on the map, get 80 XP in like 5 minutes, and by of course doing all these Merlin trials you also unlock a lot of new gear slots. There are 95 of these Merlin trials in total, but you only get XP for completing 52 of them. After that you will not get any experience from this activity. So then it's smart to focus on other exploration challenges. So when you zoom out on the map, you will see all the things that you can still find in each region. Now, the landing platforms and balloons also give XP, but can be tricky to locate, so I will also leave a link to a guide for those in the video description. And you of course also need all the astronomy tables and ancient magic traces, but they are easy to find as icons will appear on the map when you get close enough. And then we got another, maybe still undiscovered row in the exploration tab of the challenges, and this for the Hogwarts secret. So 3 special puzzles in the castle that also give you XP after completing them. They're not that hard, so I will also leave a guide for those secrets in the video description, as they can be quite challenging if you don't know where to look. And you also need to lockpick level 3 for this, like finding the necessary statues to complete the quest from Mr. Moon is required to get to 40 anyways. And you can of course look at icons on the map to see if there are still statues you can find there, but I will also leave a guide for this in the video description. Then I think it's good to still talk about the room of requirement challenges. So I already mentioned upgrading gear and rescuing creatures is of course easy enough, but you also need to breed 10 different beasts. First, follow the side quest from your house elf Deke, which of course I have to do anyways to get to the max level. This will introduce you to the breeding mechanic. You will need a male and female version of the same beast in order to start the process at one of the breeding pens you can put in your vivarium. So look at the different dens, and you can of course play on the story difficulty if you quickly want to capture these beasts without the minigame. So there are 12 beasts in total that you can breed, but you only need 10. And once that is done, you will get some XP, and I think that covers everything that is required to reach level 40. I wanted to say in no time, but it's totally quite the grind to get that field guide to 100%, but I do think these tricks make it a bit easier. And overall, I kinda like this XP system, because it did push me to do a ton of side content that I might have skipped otherwise. Now, if you still have trouble, totally let me know in the comments down below, and I will try to help you. A like on the video would of course really help me out, and subscribe for everything Hogwarts Legacy if you haven't already. You can watch our previous video by clicking on the screen on the big differences between the Hogwarts houses. Probably some you did not know. For now, I will speak to you soon though. Goodbye.